Blackhawks, thank you for joining me again today. If you remember, yesterday we started reading our book together, and we got a chance to hear from the squirrel and where the squirrel lived. Remember, the squirrel lived in the schoolyard, and it got scared by the owl and made its way into the building. Let's see what kind of trouble he gets into today. Thanks for joining us.
8 class pets plus 1 squirrel divided by 1 dog equals chaos. By Vivian Vandevelde. Illustrated by Steve Bjorkman. Green eggs and hamster. First grade hamster.
I am a hamster, and I live in Miss Duran's first grade classroom. Miss Duran named me after a famous book. She says that makes me a literary pet. Literary is the biggest word I know, but I don't know what it means. Miss Duran reads a lot of books to the first graders. The boys and girls talk about what happened in the story, and they tell if they liked it. Sometimes they write their own stories. I didn't have a pencil to write stories, so I run around in my exercise wheel instead. Round, round, round I go. Sometimes I get so dizzy, I forget things. Did I mention I'm a hamster? The children also do art projects. They color, they cut with scissors, they paste. Lately, they've been very excited about some project they're doing out in the hall. I have a project too, but it's inside my cage. Miss Duran gives me tissue and cardboard, and I rip them up with my teeth and make a nice and soft, cozy bed. Every morning, Miss Duran cleans out the bed, and I made the day before, along with my litter, and I get to start all over again on a brand new art project. Maybe that's what literary means. My favorite part of first grade, after snack time, is that the children and I have been learning about numbers and how to count. There are all sorts of things I can count. 1. I have 4 legs and 1 tail. 4 plus 1 equals 5, even though my tail is shorter than my legs. Number 2, there are 2 levels in my cage. Level 1 is the top level, which is my bed and my food bowl and a mirror for me to look into. Level 2 is the bottom level, which is where my water bottle and my wheel are. I also have a chew toy in the shape of an elephant. 2 levels, plus 1 bed, plus 1 food bowl, plus 1 mirror, plus 1 water bottle, plus 1 wheel, plus 1 elephant to chew on, equals lots of things for green eggs and hamster to do. Number 3. The ladder from downstairs to upstairs has 10 rungs. The ladder from upstairs to downstairs also has 10 rungs. This is because it is the same ladder. 1 ladder equals 1 ladder. Number 4. The number of special hamster treats I can fit into my cheek pouches at one time is 8. 8 special treats equals yummy. There is a squirrel named Twitch who lives outside. Twitch sometimes comes and sits on the window ledge to visit. Twitch is good at cramming birdseed into his cheeks, but he says birdseed are too small to count. I think that Twitch is not very good at counting. I am too good a friend to tell him so. One day, after the children had gone home, after Miss Duran had gone home, after the custodian had swept the floor and turned off the lights, but before it got too dark, I was busy counting the numbers on the wall clock. There are usually 12 numbers. Unless I count them after I've gone around in my exercise wheel, then there's a whole lot more. And they move. This day, I had counted 17 numbers when Twitch came running into my room. Did I say Twitch is a squirrel?
Help! Help! Twitch called. There's a dog chasing me.
I didn't ask him why a dog was chasing him. Sometimes details are important, but sometimes they're not. I've got an idea. So I said, climb up onto the bookshelves behind me. and hide behind the dictionary. The dictionary is the biggest book in the room. Twitch was up there before I could say, "Wow, you're a good climber." And then the dog ran into the room. Attached to his collar was a long length of rope, which dragged behind him.
"Was that no good, squirrel?"
The dog barked at me. I scratched my ear and asked, "Did you check the room with the snake?" There are 5 grades in the school. In Miss Shashnanzi's 5th grade, where the snake lives, is the furthest room from Miss Duran's room. The dog growled at me.
"I smell a squirrel in here."
"Are you sure you didn't smell me?" I asked. "The squirrel and I are both rodents, and that makes us cousins. 1 squirrel plus 1 hamster equals 2 rodent cousins." The dog sniffed at my cage.
"Maybe,"
He said.
"Where's your room with the snake?"
"5th grade," I said, "all the way down the hall." Then the dog left, his rope leash still trailing behind him. But just when Twitch started to come out from behind the dictionary, the custodian came in. Twitch ducked down again.
I thought I heard a dog.
The custodian said. "He's gone to the 5th grade," I said. But even though animals can understand people, most people aren't very good at understanding animals. The custodian looked around, scratched his head, and said,
Must be outside the building. Good. A dog in the school is the last thing I need with the art contest tomorrow.
As soon as the custodian was gone, Twitch climbed back down the bookshelves.
Thanks, cousin.
He said.
See you tomorrow.
He ran out of Miss Duran's room, but was back before I could climb into my exercise wheel.
Oh no,
He said.
the human has left school, and he shut the door behind him. That dog and I are both locked in here. What should I do?
This was too much for me. I had thought of one plan, but I couldn't think of 2. Go next door and ask the rabbit, I said. She likes to order everyone around. But she's smart. She'll think of something.